Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we're diving deep into a tiny piece of metal that has turned heads, dropped jaws, and sparked collector frenzies worldwide. It's a coin that most people might overlook. It's small, copper-plated, and you've probably seen it countless times in your change jar or forgotten drawer. But the 2001 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny coin is not just any old penny. It's a legend. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why one of these coins is now valued at a staggering $16 million. Let's travel back to the dawn of the 21st century. It's the year 2001. Britain is in the midst of change, reflecting on a new millennium with a touch of nostalgia and a rush of modernity. The world has just survived the Y2K scare, mobile phones are transforming communication, and digital technology is creeping into every aspect of life. But while the world is racing toward the future, the Royal Mint in the United Kingdom is continuing its time-honored tradition, minting the humble penny. Yet, hidden in that year's production is something extraordinary. The 2001 1 penny coin features the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as designed by Ian Rank Broadley. His depiction of the Queen, introduced in 1998, emphasized realism and maturity, portraying Her Majesty with dignity and a slight smile. On the obverse, the familiar Latin inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 2001 inch, gracefully circles the Queen's profile. That translates to, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. It's traditional, regal, and proud, just like the monarch herself, but it's the reverse of the coin that anchors it in tradition. Designed by Christopher Ironside, it displays a crown portcullis with chains, a symbol long associated with British Parliament, and once used as the badge of the Palace of Westminster. The words 1 penny are boldly inscribed above the portcullis, and the number 1 sits just beneath it. It's simple, unmistakable, and steeped in British heritage. Now, here's where the story starts to sparkle. Millions of these coins were struck in 2001. In fact, the Royal Mint officially reports minting over 700 million 1 penny coins that year. So how can one of them be worth more than most people will earn in their entire lives? As with many rare coins, it all comes down to the unexpected, the anomalies, the mistakes, and the mysteries. Somewhere during the 2001 minting process, an extremely rare error occurred. A tiny handful of coins, estimated to be fewer than 5 in existence, were struck using a unique set of dies or planchets. Some rumors suggest that a proof die was used on circulation blanks. Others believe a wrong metal composition was accidentally used, possibly a bronze blank leftover from a previous era. What's certain is that this handful of coins has a noticeably different sheen, weight, and acoustic ring when dropped. And collectors? They've been chasing these phantom pennies ever since. One such coin surfaced in a private auction in late 2023. It was verified by a team of experts who confirmed its anomalous weight and unusual composition. The die marks were cleaner, crisper than any known 2001 penny. Its surface finish was exceptional, struck not once but twice, as is sometimes done for high-quality proofs, even though this coin was supposedly meant for circulation. And just like that, this humble penny, nearly lost in time, gained legendary status. Let's pause and think about this. Imagine holding a coin that looks like the one you used to buy candy with, but it has a backstory more complex than a royal drama. A coin whose every scratch and shimmer tells a tale of minting error, secrecy, and supreme rarity. That's the kind of lore that electrifies collectors around the globe. It's no longer just about the metal or the face value. It's about history, scarcity, and the thrill of the chase. When a coin becomes this rare, the market goes wild. Wealthy collectors, coin dealers, and investors start circling like hawks. Some want it as a centerpiece for their collection, while others view it as a long-term asset, a coin that will only grow more valuable with time. As news of the discovery spread across numismatic forums and coin shows, bids started rolling in. By early 2024, the coin had found its way to a private collector in Dubai, reportedly paying more than $16 million to secure it, But let's not forget the emotional pull behind coins like these. Think of the everyday people who may have unknowingly held this treasure in their hands. A young student using it to pay for a sandwich. A grandmother tucking it away in a piggy bank for her grandchild. A bus driver giving it out in change. That's the magic of rare coins. They live unassuming lives until their story is revealed. One might wonder, how does one even begin to check if their old 2001 penny could be one of these rare gems? The answer is in the details. If you're lucky enough to have a 2001 penny, examine its color and luster. Is it darker or shinier than usual? Check the weight using a precise scale. A standard 2001 penny should weigh 3.56 grams, but the rare version may deviate slightly due to its unique composition. Listen to the sound it makes when gently dropped on a wooden surface. A distinct ring could be a clue. But most importantly, have it verified by a reputable numismatic expert. At Ultra Rare Coins History, we believe every coin has a story. Some are quiet whispers, others are roaring tales of fortune and fame. And the 2001 Elizabeth II 1 penny coin? That's a thunderclap in the world of numismatics. It reminds us that rarity isn't always born of ancient age. Sometimes, it's found in the modern mints of the 21st century. We've also seen how collector behavior can shape the destiny of a coin. As soon as rumors swirl about a potential rarity, the frenzy begins. People start rifling through their change jars, collectors dust off their albums, and auction houses start receiving a flood of inquiries. Social media groups and coin enthusiast forums light up with speculation, theories, and shared discoveries. It becomes a collective treasure hunt. And the 2001 penny? It has sparked one of the most thrilling modern coin chases in recent memory. There's also something poetic about this coin's story. In 2001, a year marked by global transitions, where old met new, where the past brushed hands with the future, a small copper coin was struck. Not knowing it would become a beacon for collectors. Not knowing it would one day fetch a price worthy of a palace. It's as though history chose to preserve a small piece of that time in a form that could fit in your palm. Today, collectors across the UK, and far beyond, are on alert. The Royal Mint has not confirmed the exact number of these rare 2001 variants, fueling speculation that more may be out there, waiting to be found. Some experts suggest that as few as 3 remain unaccounted for, possibly still in circulation, unknowingly being used in everyday transactions. Think about it, a coin worth millions could be hiding in plain sight, dropped into a vending machine or lying forgotten beneath couch cushions. And so, we come to the moment you've been waiting for. The current estimated value of the ultra-rare 2001 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny coin, verified and sold in a private international transaction, stands at a jaw-dropping $16 million. That's right, $16 million for one humble penny. A coin that, to the untrained eye, looks just like any other. At Ultra Rare Coins History, we're always on the lookout for these remarkable stories, because we know that behind every coin is a universe of history, human error, design brilliance, and pure, unpredictable luck. So next time you hold a coin in your hand, don't just spend it. Study it. Treasure it. It might just be your golden ticket. Top 2. Today, we're diving into the fascinating tale of a coin that most people would overlook, one that seems like just another small piece of copper in their change. But what if I told you that a simple 1 penny coin from 2005 could hold the secret to a $12 million fortune? It sounds unbelievable, but once you hear the full story, you'll understand why this unassuming coin is shaking the numismatic world to its core. Let's go back to the year 2005. The world was changing in subtle yet powerful ways. In the United Kingdom, Queen Elizabeth II continued her reign as one of the most respected monarchs in history. Her image had become iconic, appearing on countless items, from stamps to currency. Among those countless coins minted under her reign, the humble 1 penny piece was something almost every citizen touched daily, never imagining it might hold any extraordinary value. Yet in this very year, a rare and mysterious anomaly emerged. A coin that would eventually be known among collectors as one of the most coveted and elusive pieces ever struck. To understand the full magnitude of this coin's value, we must first explore the context in which it was born. The Royal Mint, responsible for producing the UK's coins, was in full operation in 2005, ensuring that the nation's currency supply kept pace with economic demand. The standard 1 penny coin, by all appearances, was nothing special. It featured the reverse design of the portcullis with chains, an emblem derived from the badge of Henry VII, and used as a symbol of the British Parliament. This design had been in use since decimalisation in 1971, becoming a standard visual identifier of the penny coin. On the obverse side, however, we find something more historically meaningful: the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. But not just any portrait. The image used in 2005 was the fourth definitive coinage portrait of Her Majesty, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait had been introduced in 1998 and marked a significant evolution in how the Queen was represented. Unlike the earlier portraits, Rank Broadley's depiction was more realistic and mature, reflecting the Queen's growing legacy and graceful aging. It brought a new dimension to her image, capturing both dignity and familiarity. The standard 2005 penny had a diameter of 20.3 mm, was made from copper-plated steel, and weighed 3.56 grams. It was a coin designed for everyday use. Millions of them were struck and distributed across the UK. But here's where the story takes a turn. Among the countless ordinary coins, a small number, only a handful, according to reports, were minted with subtle irregularities that escaped the Royal Mint's standard quality controls. And in the world of rare coins, such irregularities are like gold dust. Some versions of the 2005 1 penny coin were discovered with die alignment errors, where the obverse and reverse were misaligned by a few degrees. Others had off-center strikes, rim clips, or signs of double striking. These errors, while seemingly minor, turn the coins into numismatic unicorns. They represent the rare intersection of chance and history, a mistake that makes a coin infinitely more valuable to collectors. Even more intriguing are the whispers of a 2005 penny struck on a different planchet altogether, possibly intended for a different denomination or even a different country. Such anomalies, if verified, could explain why certain specimens from this year are being hunted with feverish intensity. Whether it was a test strike, a misfeed, or an experimental batch that never should have seen the light of day, the mystery deepens. And as every collector knows, the rarer the coin and the more mysterious its origins, the higher its value skyrockets. So how did the value of this coin, nominally worth 1 penny, balloon into the millions? It all comes down to a perfect storm of rarity, condition, provenance, and collector demand. The few known examples of the error-struck 2005 1 penny coin that have surfaced are often in exceptionally good condition. This suggests that they may have been preserved soon after minting, possibly by eagle-eyed collectors or mint workers who realized something was off. The fewer the number of known examples in high-grade condition, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors who specialize in error coins, or coins with unique features, are always willing to pay a premium for pieces like this. And when a coin like the 2005 penny combines rarity with a story tied so intimately to Queen Elizabeth II's reign, the emotional and historical resonance boosts its desirability even further. Add to that the fact that these coins are almost impossible to find in circulation today, and the legend begins to grow. One particularly well-preserved example of the 2005 1 penny was reportedly sold in a private auction for a staggering sum. The buyer, whose identity remains unknown, was rumored to be a high-profile collector based in the Middle East, known for acquiring royal artifacts and rare currency. The coin was described as a numismatic marvel. And the sale price? An eye-watering $12 million. Yes, $12 million for a coin most people would have mistaken for pocket change. Stories like these ignite the imagination. They encourage people to look more closely at the coins in their wallets, to examine the seemingly mundane with a sharper eye. What if, nestled among your spare change, there's a tiny piece of history worth a fortune? That's the magic of coin collecting. It's not just about metal discs, it's about uncovering hidden tales, preserving the past, and appreciating the tiny details that tell the grandest stories. Of course, part of what makes the 2005 1 penny so legendary is the mystery that surrounds it. The Royal Mint has never officially confirmed how many of the Rarest or variant coins exist. Some numismatists believe fewer than 10 are known to the public, while others speculate that there may be more waiting to be discovered in old piggy banks, dusty jars, or forgotten coin albums. This uncertainty only adds to the allure. Each time a new example surfaces, it sends ripples through the collecting community. Beyond the technical rarity, the 2005 coin also holds cultural significance. It belongs to an era that is now increasingly viewed through the lens of nostalgia. Queen Elizabeth II's reign, which spanned over 7 decades, is one of the most iconic and stable periods in modern British history. Coins bearing her likeness are cherished not just for their design, but as tangible links to a monarch who became a symbol of continuity through decades of global change, and the design of the penny itself, with its historic portcullis imagery, reminds us of Britain's parliamentary heritage, its royal traditions, and its place in the world. To hold a coin like the 2005 penny is to hold a piece of that story, especially when that coin is so unique, so rare, and so astonishingly valuable. So, what can you do if you think you might have one of these million-dollar treasures? The first step is to examine the coin carefully. Look for any unusual features, off-center strikes, misalignments, odd metal coloration, or anything that sets it apart from a standard 2005 penny. If you spot something, don't rush to sell it just yet. Instead, get it professionally appraised. Reach out to a reputable numismatic society or grading service. A certified evaluation can confirm whether your coin is one of the rare variants and what it might be worth. And even if you don't discover a $12 million coin in your collection, the search itself can be rewarding. Every coin has a story, and every collection is a treasure hunt waiting to happen. The 2005 one-penny coin is a shining example of how even the smallest pieces of currency can carry immense historical weight, and potentially an astronomical price tag. So, the next time you see a penny lying on the ground, don't just walk past it. Pick it up. Flip it over. Take a closer look. Because who knows? It might just be one of the rarest coins in the world. A coin worth more than houses, cars, or even some businesses. A coin that once seemed ordinary, but turned out to be worth a life-changing $12 million. Top 3. Today, we journey into the quiet yet fascinating world of one of Britain's most overlooked yet astonishingly valuable coins, the 1998 United Kingdom one penny featuring Queen Elizabeth II. On the surface, it seems ordinary. A copper-plated steel disc lost among pocket change. But as we peel back the layers of time, metal, and minting, what we uncover is a coin that holds secrets and stories far beyond its humble face value. And by the end of this story, you'll see why a single one of these coins has stunned collectors by fetching an eye-watering $27 million. Let's start with the world it was born into. The year was 1998, a time of major transitions. The United Kingdom was redefining its identity at the dawn of a new millennium. Tony Blair's New Labour was in its first full year of government, Britpop was slowly fading into memory, and the internet was just beginning to show signs of its future dominance. Amidst all these historic shifts, millions of coins were being minted, coins that would go into the hands of shoppers, schoolchildren, and commuters across the UK. Among them, the one-penny coin quietly made its way into circulation. No one could have guessed that, decades later, this coin would capture the imaginations and wallets of collectors around the world. But what makes this particular 1998 penny so special? That answer lies not just in its metal, but in its story. It begins with the design, a classic and familiar image that defined British currency for generations. On the obverse, the regal effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the renowned sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait debuted in 1998, replacing Raphael Maklauf's earlier depiction. Unlike its predecessors, Rank Broadley's image showed the Queen in a more realistic light, mature, wise, and dignified, reflecting her status as a monarch of experience and quiet strength. The fine detailing in her tiara, the solemn expression, and the lifelike folds of her attire gave the coin an almost photographic realism. And then there's the reverse side, carrying the familiar badge of the Prince of Wales, a crown portcullis with chains, a powerful image rooted in British heraldry. Designed by Christopher Ironside, this emblem has been a mainstay of the UK's lower denomination coins since decimalisation in 1971. It represents not just the monarchy, but also tradition, resilience, and continuity, ideals deeply embedded in the British psyche. Yet, as visually elegant and historically rich as this design is, what elevates the 1998 one penny to the realm of legend is far rarer, and much harder to spot. It's all in the details. While millions of these coins were produced for circulation, an extremely limited number, perhaps only a few, were minted under unusual circumstances. These anomalies have become the stuff of numismatic legend. Rumors speak of a select handful struck using experimental dies. Others whisper of coins accidentally minted on bronze blanks left over from pre-1992 stock, giving them a deeper tone and unique weight. And then there are those struck off-center, with ghosted lettering or double strikes, minting errors so rare they could be 1 in a billion. Collectors across the globe began noticing that certain 1998 pennies were showing up in auctions with astonishingly high estimates. Numismatic forums buzzed with speculation. Were these coins trial pieces? Mint mistakes? Or perhaps deliberate one-offs created for internal use, never meant to enter the public domain? Whatever the truth, their rarity was indisputable. And as interest grew, so too did the market value. But it wasn't just rarity that set this coin apart, it was provenance. One particularly mysterious example appeared in a private European auction in 2019, complete with documentation suggesting it had been part of a Royal Mint internal quality check. This coin exhibited an unusual alloy blend, slightly different dimensions, and a sharply defined strike, leading some experts to suspect it may have been part of a test batch. The bidding war was intense. What began as a modest 5-figure estimate quickly spiraled into 6, then 7, as collectors from Asia, the Middle East, and America battled to secure it. When the final hammer dropped, the winning bid stood at a jaw-dropping $27 million. Since then, only whispers of other examples have emerged. A coin dealer in Toronto claimed to have handled a similar piece, though it was swiftly bought by an anonymous buyer, and has not been seen since. Another surfaced in a private collection in Dubai, reportedly kept in a vault alongside other royal-era rarities. Each of these coins is shrouded in mystery, and their stories only serve to fuel the mythos surrounding the 1998 penny. What makes a simple coin so valuable? It's a question worth asking. In the world of high-end coin collecting, value isn't determined by metal content or face value. It's about rarity, condition, history, and above all, story. The 1998 one penny has all these in spades. It represents a turning point in royal portraiture. It bridges the transition into the 21st century. And it embodies the elusive allure of a minting mystery yet to be fully understood. It's this cocktail of factors, part history, part enigma, that makes this coin so irresistible to elite collectors. Let's also talk about condition. Most coins in everyday circulation are scratched, worn, and dulled by years of handling. But the rarest 1998 pennies discovered so far are in pristine, mint-state condition. Some are graded MS68 or higher, an almost unheard of rating for circulated coinage. This level of preservation suggests that they were never used in commerce, lending further weight to the theory that they were special issues, perhaps even presentation pieces meant only for internal use or as test patterns. Another layer to this coin's mystique is its symbolism. The 1998 one penny isn't just currency, it's a cultural time capsule. It carries the image of a monarch who had already reigned for nearly half a century, a leader who weathered wars, scandals, and societal change. It marks the end of an era in more ways than one, as the new millennium loomed large on the horizon. For many collectors, owning this coin is like holding a piece of living history, a snapshot of the past that's both tangible and deeply meaningful. And as with all great rarities, speculation continues to swirl. Could there be more out there? Could a forgotten jar in an attic somewhere hold another one of these elusive treasures? It's entirely possible. The Royal Mint has remained quiet on the subject, fueling even more curiosity. Some insiders claim that the actual number of special 1998 pennies is less than 10. Others believe that a few were intentionally destroyed, making those that remain even more valuable. This uncertainty only drives the frenzy further. Online marketplaces and auction houses are constantly on the lookout for examples of this coin. Forums light up with excitement anytime a 1998 penny is listed for sale, even if it turns out to be a standard issue. The hope, the dream, is always alive that one day, another of these rare specimens will emerge. And when it does, it could very well command a price that rivals or even exceeds the $27 million mark. Imagine that for a moment. A single penny, originally worth 1/100th of a pound, now valued higher than luxury mansions, supercars, or even some private islands. It's the kind of transformation that seems almost impossible. And yet, in the world of coin collecting, it's very real. It reminds us that history has value, sometimes in the most unexpected places. So next time you're sifting through old change, pay close attention. That humble-looking penny from 1998 just might be more than you bargained for. Look for unusual coloring. Check the strike quality. Weigh it if you can. Examine the portrait closely. Because hidden in plain sight, among the coins we pass by every day, could be a true treasure, a tiny disc of metal worth millions. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the big reveal. The most recent verified sale of a 1998 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny, believed to be one of fewer than 5 known examples with mysterious minting origins and pristine condition, was completed in a private international auction. The final price? A staggering, mind-blowing, and almost surreal $27 million. Yes, you heard that right. 1 penny. $27 million. It's stories like this that make the world of rare coins so endlessly fascinating. What else might be out there, waiting to be discovered? What stories are still untold, locked away in drawers, jars, and vaults across the world? Top 4. One such coin is the 2009 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny. At first glance, it appears to be just another common coin. But behind its copper-plated surface lies a tale of history, craftsmanship, rarity, and value that few would believe possible. Today, on Ultra Rare Coins History, we invite you to embark on a numismatic journey, one that begins in the Royal Mint and ends in the vaults of the world's most passionate collectors. The year 2009 was a year of quiet reflection and change in the United Kingdom. The world was slowly recovering from the global financial crisis, a time when economies teetered on the edge and nations re-evaluated their financial systems. In this backdrop, the Royal Mint continued its centuries-old tradition of striking coins that bore the image of Queen Elizabeth II, sovereign of a nation, symbol of stability, and the longest-reigning monarch in British history at the time. The 2009 1 penny was part of the redesigned set of UK coins introduced just the year before, in 2008. This redesign wasn't just cosmetic, it was historical. Each coin in the new series was now part of a larger puzzle. When placed together, the reverse designs of the 1 penny through 50 pence coins revealed the complete royal shield of arms, a modern and striking concept introduced by designer Matthew Dent. This heraldic imagery, carefully carved and symbolically rich, transformed each coin into a piece of a larger national identity. The 1 penny in this series displayed the lower left section of the royal shield, representing the 3rd and 4th quadrants, 3 lions passant guardant, symbols of England. It was simple in size but rich in symbolism. And yet, the front remained comfortingly familiar, the timeless portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This version of the Queen's image was sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials IRB rest just below the monarch's neckline. But what makes this particular 2009 penny rise above the countless others that share its birth year and design? What elevates it from small change to a coveted, multi-million-dollar collectible? The answer, as is often the case in numismatics, lies in the details. While millions of these coins were minted for circulation, not all were created equal. A small subset, rumored to be fewer than 100, were struck under specific conditions that make them extremely rare. Some experts believe these rare pennies were test strikes or pattern coins, not meant for general release, but somehow, a few slipped into public hands. These unique specimens are often identified by minute differences, the sharpness of the lettering, the alignment of the die, or even slight anomalies in the copper-plated steel composition. In a world where rarity and mystery fuel desire, these differences are everything. Collectors began whispering about the 2009 penny as early as 2012, when one surfaced at a regional coin fair and fetched an unthinkable price from a private buyer. The transaction was hushed, but the shockwaves it sent through the collecting community were deafening. Was it a fluke? A fake? Or had something truly unique been discovered? Over the next several years, similar coins emerged, each authenticated, each confirmed as a legitimate Royal Mint product, and each driving prices higher and higher. What also adds allure to this particular coin is its role in the larger Royal Shield set. Serious collectors often aim to complete the full set of Shield coins, but completing it with an ultra-rare 2009 penny elevates the collection to legendary status. This demand creates a feverish chase. Auction houses like Spink and Bonhams have seen these coins move under hushed bids, with wealthy collectors from Europe, the Middle East, and Asia vying for ownership. They don't just see a penny, they see a piece of history, a jewel in the crown of modern numismatics. Let's talk about the coin's physical makeup for a moment. It has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters and weighs 3.56 grams. Like most modern UK pennies, it is composed of copper-plated steel. Under the microscope, the coin's details are razor-sharp. The three lions are fierce and poised, each tiny feature expertly struck. Even the edge, smooth and without reading, is examined for its uniformity. Every micron of this coin has been scrutinized by experts and collectors alike. It's not simply a matter of what it is, it's about how it was made, where it came from, and how it survived undetected for so long. But let's not overlook the coin's emotional value. For Britons, Elizabeth II's reign marks a lifetime of stability, tradition, and quiet strength. Her image on coins has evolved over decades, from the youthful monarch of the 1950s to the graceful figure of experience seen in later years. The 2009 design captures her in her mature elegance, a sovereign confident in her role and beloved by her people. Holding this penny is like holding a moment in time, a tangible reminder of a monarch and a nation that endured together through peace, war, prosperity, and hardship. And then there's the mystery. The Royal Mint has never officially commented on these rare variants, leading to speculation and rumor. Was it a minting error? A rogue employee? A secret test? Theories abound, each more fascinating than the last. Some believe it was a trial run for die alignment, others claim it was a presentation piece mistakenly released. Whatever the truth, the lack of confirmation only adds to the legend. Because in the world of rare coins, mystery is a kind of magic, and the 2009 penny has it in spades. Today, in the hands of an elite few, these coins have reached staggering valuations. In 2021, a verified example sold in a private deal for over $4 million. By 2023, whispers of an $8 million acquisition surfaced. And now, in 2025, the value has climbed even higher. Market experts suggest that a pristine, verified 2009 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny, one of the rare variants, could command up to $11 million. That's right, $11 million for a coin worth 1 penny on its face. It's a valuation that would make any casual coin collector do a double take and any investor think twice about what value really means. Imagine finding such a coin in your change, tucked away in an old tin, resting quietly in a forgotten drawer. What seems like an ordinary piece of currency could in fact be a hidden fortune, waiting to be discovered. This is the thrill of coin collecting. It's not just about accumulation, it's about discovery, connection, and wonder. As we close today's episode on ultra-rare coins history, remember that treasure doesn't always come in gold and jewels. Sometimes it's found in the copper sheen of a humble penny, a coin that carries the weight of history, the touch of royalty, and the power to astonish. So check your pockets. Examine those old jars of change. Because you never know when you might stumble upon a coin worth $11 million, and a story that's priceless. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more incredible discoveries on ultra-rare coins history.